one last quick question. Will you just give us your deepest, most vast, profound definition and explanation of what love is?
Love is utter alignment with and no vibrational variance from the source who is you.
Does it go deeper?
Well, there's nothing deeper than that, but we can explain it in other ways. Love is attention in the moment of the feeling of love to the precise opinion and perspective that source holds about the same subject that's on the table. In other words, when you are in that vibe, we actually prefer the word appreciation to the word love because the word love is so loaded for physical beings. You've sort of ruined the word. Because you speak of love when you don't have it, and you speak of love when you don't feel it, and you speak of love when it's missing. And so love for most people is tainted with resistance, where appreciation is a pure vibration. But love and appreciation and joy and exhilaration are all evidences of alignment, which must mean absence of resistance, which must mean focus into fullness of who you are. It's like closing that gap and being one streaming energy. You see, you were one streaming energy before you were born into this body. You were pure love. Then you got here and you started worrying about stuff, so you're not pure love. And then you went in the vortex where you were pure love, and you went out and you weren't, and you went in and you were, and you went out and you weren't. Then you started listening to other people who tried to tell you what it was, even though you could feel it on your own, you see. And now you've made your way back to, and this gathering has certainly been about that today, of consciously recognizing that my vortex is a reality, a vibrational reality, and the source who I really am lives and loves. And when I deliberately reach for the feeling of that until I've tuned myself, trained myself into the frequency of that, then I will really come to know it when I get to apply it to the details of all life. We think that's when you really know about love, because it's easy to love what's lovable. Esther looks at Kate and Luke and Laurel and Kevin. What's not to love? These little kids, she can't not love them. In other words, talk about an in the vortex idea. Focus on any one of them, and into the vortex she goes immediately, you see. But the true understanding of love is alignment with source, and then looking out into a world, into a situation which doesn't naturally evoke love, but feeling it anyway. Looking at the criminal who is being shunned by society and feeling utter appreciation for what he has put into the vortex, and turning to look at the version of him that is there and aligning with it so fully that that's all that you see. Love is alignment with that which is love, and practicing it until it is unconditional. Knowing it so completely that you can't be dissuaded from it, you see. That's when you know you've got it. So to those people that are running around being lovable, tell them thanks, but you're not helping. I'll know I've got it when I am able to offer love no matter what. So, Source loves because Source knows that in every particle of the universe is unwanted and wanted. And Source is self-disciplined enough or selfish enough to seek alignment with the wanted part. So we would say the best definition of love is awareness of self and a determined decision to be in complete alignment with that which is source, that which is truly who I am. And appreciating every rascal that challenges it and makes it more and more and more important for me to do that. Love is not looking at despicable and unlovable and loving it. Love is the discipline to know that if there is a question, there is an answer, and if there is the unwanted, there is the wanted. And having the self-discipline to focus into the vortex where the solutions are.
And is it important or not important, but where does self-love, unconditional self-love fit into this puzzle? Must that come first before we can love externally?
It doesn't have to come first, but it doesn't matter what the object of the attention of your attention is that you are loving. In other words, there are plenty of things on this planet that are impossible to love. Just don't look there. And don't demand that they change in order for you to feel love. That's where it's at. So much of your world is saying, because they innately know that they want to love, and they don't love that, and they don't love that, and they don't love that, so they're asking all of that to become different and lovable. And then they lose their control, they lose their power and their freedom because they can't control all of those uncontrollable things, you see. Where when you discover that you have the ability to focus yourself into love, then and only then are you willing to allow the variety of intentionality to exist. You see how we've come full circle? Humans so often say, I want to feel love, and therefore I will allow these lovable things, but I will not allow those unlovable things. But in their not allowing of those unlovable things, they take themselves out of the realm of love. And then it is their absence of being connected with love that makes them so sure that they need to destroy what they think is the reason that they don't feel love. Isn't it interesting? When all along, the only reason you don't feel love is because you're looking at a place where you can't line up with who you are. What you're seeking is alignment with the point of view that Source holds, which you have brilliantly asked us already to define in the beginning of this leading edge conversation.
Beautiful.
It is.
Do you have any questions for me?
Do you feel proud of this leading edge discussion that you've stirred up for the universe? Are you happy with yourself for taking us to a place that we have never been before? Can you feel the power of the love that we feel for you? And can you feel that you are reflecting it back equally? Do you know that in this moment you are in the vortex like never before, and that you've brought a lot of friends along with you? Can you feel the deep appreciation that we feel for you? And do you know that we are all forever changed as a result of this conversation? Do you know that there is great love here for you?
Thank you.